Imagine walking into a room and someone stops you, wide-eyed, insisting there's no way you could be your actual age. They guess you're years, maybe even a decade, younger than the number on your ID. It feels good, right? A little ego boost. But here's the twist. What if I told you this isn't just about luck, flawless skin, or a magic cream? Looking younger than your years might be a window into something far more fascinating. Your psychology, your mindset, the way you live your life. There's a pattern here, a set of hidden traits that people who defy age tend to share, and I'm about to pull back the curtain on what they are. If you've ever gotten that "you don't look your age" comment, stick around. This could be the explanation you've been waiting for. Oh, and if you love uncovering life's little secrets like this, give that like button a tap and hit subscribe. Trust me, you'll want to catch what's coming next. Reason 1. You have an unbreakable spirit. Some individuals endure life's most relentless challenges: heartbreak, betrayal, financial ruin, or the loss of loved ones, yet emerge with an appearance that betrays none of the turmoil they've faced. Their skin remains smooth, their posture upright, and their energy vibrant, as if time has overlooked them entirely. This phenomenon isn't a mere stroke of luck or a gift of genetics. It stems from something far more profound: an unbreakable spirit. This inner resilience, a quiet yet unyielding strength, serves as a shield against the ravages of time, proving that the mind wields extraordinary influence over the body. The connection between mental fortitude and physical youthfulness lies in how emotions are processed. Stress, anxiety, and unresolved emotional burdens don't simply linger as abstract thoughts. They leave tangible marks. They etch lines into the skin, slump the shoulders, and dull the eyes, transforming a person's outward presence. Science reveals that chronic stress triggers the release of cortisol, a hormone that accelerates aging by breaking down collagen, dimming the complexion, and sapping vitality. Those who age prematurely often share a common trait: they've surrendered to this silent destroyer. They replay their failures in an endless loop, cling to bitterness from past wrongs, and allow worry to dominate their existence. This mental surrender pushes the body into a perpetual state of survival, where every ounce of energy is spent merely enduring rather than thriving. The result is a face and body that reflect exhaustion far beyond their years. In stark contrast, those who defy the aging process exhibit a different approach. They don't deny life's hardships. Heartaches and setbacks come to them as they do to everyone. But they refuse to let these experiences define them. When knocked down, they rise again, not out of obligation, but from a deep well of resilience that refuses to be depleted. This mental toughness isn't about ignoring pain. It's about facing it, processing it, and then releasing it. They don't carry the bruises of yesterday into tomorrow. Instead, they cultivate a mindset that transforms adversity into fuel for growth. Their ability to master their emotions, rather than be enslaved by them, becomes their secret weapon against time. This mastery has visible effects. Their skin retains a youthful vibrancy because it isn't constantly battered by stress-induced inflammation. Their eyes sparkle with life, unclouded by the weight of grudges or regret. Their very presence exudes an energy that draws others in, a magnetic quality born from inner strength. Research supports this. Individuals with high emotional resilience show lower cortisol levels, better immune function, and slower cellular aging. It's not just that they look younger, they feel younger too, because their bodies aren't locked in a battle against a mind consumed by negativity. Consider the broader implications of this trait. An unbreakable spirit doesn't just preserve youth, it enhances life's quality. These individuals often approach challenges with a quiet confidence, finding ways to laugh even when circumstances seem bleak. They understand a fundamental truth. Stress doesn't just steal peace of mind. It robs years from the body. By choosing to let go of what cannot be changed, Be it a betrayal they can't undo or a loss they can't recover, they free themselves from its grip. This act of release isn't passive. It's a deliberate choice, a daily practice of reclaiming power over their own narrative. For those who appear younger than their years, this resilience is often a defining characteristic. They move forward relentlessly, not because life spares them hardship, but because they refuse to let it anchor them in place. Their secret lies in this refusal to be defeated, a determination to find strength amid struggle. It's a skill that can be honed, not just an innate gift. Anyone can begin this journey by recognizing what weighs them down, whether it's a lingering resentment or an unhealed wound, and choosing to set it aside. The process starts with small steps: forgiving a past slight, reframing a failure as a lesson, or simply deciding that today's burdens won't dictate tomorrow's energy. Ultimately, life will test everyone with its inevitable trials. The difference lies in the response. Those with an unbreakable spirit don't just survive these tests. They emerge from them unbowed, their faces and souls unmarked by the weariness that claims others. They prove that aging isn't merely a matter of time passing. It's a reflection of how one navigates the storms. By embracing this resilience, they hold the key to a youthfulness that transcends the physical, radiating from a spirit that time cannot touch. Reason 2. You embrace change instead of fearing it. Embracing change rather than resisting it serves as a profound key to maintaining youthfulness, both in spirit and appearance. Individuals who exhibit an unshakable vitality, regardless of their chronological age, often share a distinctive trait. They approach life with an infectious excitement, a boundless curiosity, and an openness reminiscent of childhood. This mindset, far from being a mere quirk, reflects a deliberate choice to welcome transformation instead of shying away from it. In contrast, stubbornness acts as a silent thief of youth, accelerating the aging process on multiple levels: mentally, emotionally, and physically. When people cling to rigidity, they inadvertently lock themselves into patterns of stress, frustration, and stagnation. Their thoughts become inflexible, their routines monotonous, and their physical presence begins to mirror this inner resistance. Over time, this manifests outwardly: tense postures, furrowed brows, and a demeanor that suggests mere survival rather than vibrant living. On the flip side, those who appear timeless, whether in their 50s, 60s, or beyond, demonstrate a different approach. They refuse to let the passage of years dictate their identity or limit their potential. Rather than anchoring themselves to what once was, they eagerly step into new experiences, undeterred by the unfamiliar. Where others might dismiss opportunities with a resigned, "I'm too old for that," these individuals respond with an enthusiastic, "Why not?" This willingness to evolve positions them as perpetual learners, consistently stretching beyond their comfort zones to explore fresh skills, ideas, and perspectives. Such adaptability does more than nurture the soul. It serves as a potent shield against the ravages of time. Scientific evidence reinforces this connection. Research consistently shows that those who engage in continuous learning, maintain intellectual curiosity, and foster social connections enjoy sharper cognitive function and more resilient physical health. Their brains remain agile, their spirits buoyant, and their bodies reflect this inner vitality. This isn't merely a matter of chance or genetics. It's a tangible outcome of their approach to life. A person who greets each shift with open arms carries a distinct glow, an energy unburdened by regret or rigidity. Their features remain soft, their expressions lively, and their presence exudes a warmth that defies the calendar. The contrast between these two paths reveals a deeper truth about aging. Those who resist change often bear the marks of their struggle: strained faces, stiff movements, and an aura of weariness that makes them appear older than their years. This isn't just a superficial difference. It's a reflection of how internal resistance accelerates the body's decline. Stress hormones surge, muscles tighten, and the cumulative weight of unyielded ground etches itself into their being. Conversely, those who move with life's currents, treating each twist as an opportunity rather than a threat, preserve a youthful essence. Their energy flows freely, unhindered by the heaviness of opposition, and this lightness radiates outward. Aging, then, transcends the mere ticking of time. It hinges on how one navigates the inevitable shifts that accompany each season of life. Refusing to adapt doesn't just dull the mind, it hastens the body's wear, leaving one feeling aged long before their time. But embracing the unknown, cultivating curiosity, and rejecting mental rigidity fosters a vitality that endures. This dynamic energy doesn't just inspire admiration, it prompts others to wonder about the secret behind such timelessness. That secret lies not in external remedies, but in an internal choice: to flow with change rather than fight it. This principle extends beyond the individual to influence broader aspects of well-being. Flexibility fosters resilience, enabling one to weather life's storms without breaking. It encourages a proactive stance, seeking growth over comfort, connection over isolation. It also cultivates a mindset that values progress over perfection, allowing mistakes to become lessons rather than burdens. In doing so, it preserves not just physical youth but emotional and intellectual vibrancy. The body, after all, is a mirror of the mind. When the mind remains open and engaged, the body follows suit, carrying a lightness and strength that time struggles to erode. Thus, the choice to embrace change becomes a powerful act of defiance against aging. A declaration that youth is not a gift of years, but a state of being cultivated through courage, curiosity, and an unwavering zest for life. Reason 3. Your mind is always curious. Curiosity serves as a powerful force in preserving youthfulness, far beyond what genetics or skincare products can achieve. Individuals who radiate a vibrant, timeless energy, those who, at 40, 50, or even 60, possess the vitality of someone decades younger, often share a defining trait: an insatiable desire to explore and understand. This quality isn't merely a superficial habit. It's a fundamental mindset that shapes both their inner world and outward appearance. Youth, contrary to popular belief, doesn't reside solely in the body. It begins in the mind, where curiosity acts as a spark, igniting a chain reaction that defies the conventional markers of aging. When curiosity fades, so does vitality. People who allow their lives to settle into predictable patterns, repeating the same routines, avoiding new challenges and ceasing to seek knowledge, gradually dim their own light. This stagnation manifests physically: slumped shoulders, lackluster eyes, and a voice that carries the weight of monotony rather than the lift of enthusiasm. Such individuals aren't truly engaging with life. They're merely passing through it, letting time erode their spirit. The body mirrors this mental dullness, reflecting a weariness that no external remedy can reverse. Science supports this connection, showing that a lack of mental engagement accelerates cognitive decline, weakens physical resilience, and hastens the aging process at a cellular level. In stark contrast, those who nurture an endless curiosity remain strikingly different. They approach the world with a hunger to learn, delving into new subjects, mastering unfamiliar skills, and questioning the boundaries of their own understanding. For them, life isn't a burden to endure, but a vast, unfolding adventure to embrace. They might take up painting in their 50s, study. This relentless pursuit keeps their minds agile, fostering neural connections that bolster cognitive health. Research confirms that consistent mental stimulation, whether through learning, problem-solving, or creative expression, not only slows aging but also enhances overall well-being, from sharper memory to greater emotional resilience. This mental sharpness translates into a tangible, physical glow. People driven by curiosity exude an energy that's impossible to ignore. Their eyes sparkle with interest, their faces animate with expression, and their presence pulses with excitement. This isn't just a byproduct of youth. It's a reflection of a mind that refuses to stagnate. Their bodies, too, seem to respond, maintaining a vigor that aligns with their inner fire. Studies suggest that this vitality stems from more than just brain activity. Curiosity often correlates with lower stress levels, better sleep, and a stronger immune system, all of which contribute to a youthful appearance and demeanor. The implications extend beyond the individual. A curious mind fosters connection, engaging with others, sharing discoveries, and inspiring mutual growth. This social dynamism further amplifies their energy, creating a feedback loop of positivity and vitality. Unlike those who withdraw into routine, these individuals remain active participants in the world, drawing strength from their interactions and experiences. Their curiosity becomes a lens through which they view every moment as an opportunity, not a limitation. For anyone who appears younger than their years, this trait might hold the key. It's not about chasing youth through external means, but cultivating it from within. The act of seeking, whether it's knowledge, beauty, or meaning, fuels a fire that time struggles to extinguish. This isn't a passive gift bestowed by chance. It's a deliberate choice to reject complacency and embrace growth. The evidence lies not just in science, but in the lived reality of those who embody it. Their faces, their movements, their very essence proclaim a truth that transcends age. Youth isn't measured by the calendar, but by the intensity of that inner flame. As long as curiosity burns brightly, the passage of years remains a secondary concern, unable to dim the light of a mind fully alive. Reason 4. You express your emotions freely. Emotional expression plays a profound role in how youthfulness manifests in a person's appearance and spirit. Individuals who suppress their feelings, whether sadness, anger, frustration, or even joy, often bear visible signs of that internal burden. Their faces may develop deep lines, their posture might stiffen, and their energy can feel drained, as though the weight of unvoiced emotions has physically pressed down upon them. This isn't merely a superficial change, it's a reflection of how the body internalizes tension. When emotions remain locked inside, they fester like a toxin, elevating stress levels and triggering a cascade of physiological effects. Cortisol, the stress hormone, surges in such cases, eroding skin elasticity, sapping vitality, and even compromising the immune system. Over time, this suppression doesn't just cloud the mind, it etches itself into the physical form, accelerating the aging process beyond what genetics alone might dictate. Contrast this with those who appear untouched by time, their faces radiating a lightness and vibrancy that defies their years. Their eyes sparkle with life, their expressions remain soft and animated, and their presence exudes an effortless energy. What sets them apart is their willingness to embrace their emotions fully. They don't stifle laughter when joy arises, nor do they mask tears when sorrow strikes. They speak their truths openly, releasing what might otherwise build up inside. This emotional honesty isn't just a habit, it's a powerful mechanism that preserves their youth. By letting feelings flow, they avoid the internal strain that carves premature weariness into others. Their faces, free from the rigidity of unspoken pain, reflect a soul unburdened by repression, maintaining a glow that products or routines alone cannot replicate. This phenomenon extends beyond individual experience. It's observable across cultures as well. Societies that value and encourage open emotional expression often produce people who carry a youthful demeanor well into later years. In such environments, Releasing emotions, whether through communal laughter, shared tears, or candid conversation, is normalized, even celebrated. This cultural reinforcement amplifies the effect, reducing the chronic stress that so often accompanies suppression. Scientific evidence aligns with this observation. Research consistently shows that those who express emotions freely experience lower stress levels, improved mental clarity, and enhanced physical health. The body, unencumbered by the constant pressure of holding back, repairs and rejuvenates more effectively, preserving both function and appearance. The connection between emotional freedom and youthfulness also ties into broader psychological and biological dynamics. When someone bottles up their feelings, the mind enters a state of quiet conflict, expending energy to maintain that facade. This internal struggle doesn't stay confined to the psyche, it manifests outwardly, tightening muscles, furrowing brows, and dulling the complexion. Over years, these subtle shifts compound, creating a visage that mirrors exhaustion rather than vitality. Conversely, those who release their emotions engage in a form of natural catharsis. Each laugh, cry, or honest word acts as a reset, dissipating tension before it can take root. This process not only lightens their emotional load, but also supports the body's resilience, keeping inflammation in check and energy levels high. Moreover, emotional expression fosters a deeper connection to one's authentic self, which in turn radiates outward. People who live this way often carry an air of genuineness This isn't about loud displays or dramatic outbursts. It's about a quiet, consistent willingness to feel and let go. For instance, someone who laughs heartily at a small joy or sheds tears over a personal setback isn't just processing the moment. They're safeguarding their long-term well-being. That act of release preserves their spirit, which the body mirrors in its brightness and flexibility. Ultimately, the face serves as a canvas for the soul's story. Those who trap their emotions within paint a picture of strain and fatigue, their features hardening under the pressure of what they refuse to voice. But those who let their feelings move through them, freely, naturally, craft a different narrative. Reason 5. You surround yourself with positive energy. Surrounding oneself with positive energy profoundly influences both mental well-being and physical appearance, a truth rooted in the contagious nature of human interactions. Negative environments, spaces filled with complaints, criticism, or pessimism, exert a subtle yet relentless toll on the body. Over time, this negativity seeps into one's posture, etches lines of exhaustion onto the face, and dims the vitality in the eyes. People who appear older than their years often carry this burden, a heaviness that stems not just from time, but from the draining company they keep. Stress hormones like cortisol spike in such settings, accelerating wear on the skin, muscles, and even internal systems, effectively hastening the aging process. In contrast, those who radiate youthfulness, regardless of their chronological age, exhibit a striking difference. Their skin glows, their movements carry a lightness, and their presence pulses with life. This isn't mere chance or genetic fortune, it's a deliberate choice. They curate their surroundings with intention, gravitating toward individuals who inspire, uplift, and spark joy. Laughter replaces grumbling. Encouragement drowns out cynicism. These people understand a fundamental principle. Negative energy acts like a slow-acting toxin, eroding vitality, while positivity serves as a rejuvenating force, nourishing both spirit and body. Scientific evidence reinforces this connection. Research consistently demonstrates that meaningful, positive social interactions lower stress hormones, enhance immune function, and even slow cellular aging. The act of sharing a genuine laugh or engaging in a heartfelt conversation triggers the release of endorphins and reduces inflammation, biological processes that preserve youth at a microscopic level. Beyond biology, the psychological benefits are equally compelling. Positive company fosters resilience, sharpens mental clarity, and cultivates an optimistic outlook, all of which reflect outwardly in a vibrant, ageless demeanor. This dynamic extends beyond personal relationships to the broader environment one inhabits. A workplace steeped in tension or a social circle mired in gloom can sap energy just as effectively as a toxic individual. Conversely, spaces infused with enthusiasm, where ideas flourish and support abounds, recharge the spirit. The cumulative effect of these choices shapes not only how one feels, but how one is perceived. Those who consistently align themselves with life-affirming influences often hear remarks about their youthful appearance, a testament to the energy they've nurtured. The implications are empowering. No one is doomed to absorb the weight of a negative world. It's possible to shift course, to seek out those who radiate warmth and purpose, and to distance oneself from sources of depletion. This isn't about superficial optimism or ignoring life's challenges. It's about recognizing that energy is a resource, one that can be protected and cultivated. The body responds to this stewardship, shedding the physical markers of stress and embracing a vitality that defies age. Consider the contrast between two individuals, one surrounded by perpetual complainers, their face etched with tension, their shoulders slumped under invisible burdens, the other immersed in a circle of dreamers and doers, their eyes bright, their step buoyant. The difference isn't just in their circumstances, it's in their agency. The latter has chosen to prioritize energy that sustains rather than drains, and the reward is a youthfulness that transcends years. Ultimately, youth isn't solely a matter of physical upkeep or the passage of time. It's an energy, a vibrancy, sculpted by the company one keeps and the atmosphere one fosters. Those who look younger than their age often owe it to this invisible yet powerful force. A life enriched by positivity, where the people and places they embrace keep them truly alive. The choice lies within reach. Opt for what uplifts, and the benefits will ripple through both mind and body, preserving a timeless essence. Reason 6. You live with passion and purpose. A stark contrast exists between individuals who seem worn out by life and those who exude an undeniable vitality. Some people carry a heaviness in their demeanor, expressionless faces, slouched postures, and a palpable sense of exhaustion that suggests they're merely drifting through their days, detached from any deeper meaning. On the other hand, there are those who radiate an electric energy, their voices brimming with enthusiasm, their eyes sparkling with ambition, and their movements infused with a zest that defies the passage of time. What separates these two groups? At the core, it's the presence, or absence, of passion and purpose, the driving forces that fuel a person's existence and shape how they experience each morning. When passion fades, the effects ripple outward, often manifesting in ways that make someone appear older than their years. A life devoid of excitement or direction breeds a kind of emotional stagnation, a state as damaging as physical inertia. Without a sense of purpose, the mind grows lethargic, the spirit loses its luster, and the body mirrors this decline. The face takes on a tired, uninspired look, etched with subtle signs of disengagement that no cosmetic fix can erase. This isn't just a superficial change, it's a reflection of an inner void, where the absence of a motivating force drains vitality at every level. Science reinforces this observation. Chronic disconnection from meaningful goals elevates stress and inflammation, accelerating the aging process and dimming both health and appearance. In contrast, those who maintain a youthful glow, regardless of age, are often propelled by an inner fire. They rise each day not with reluctance, but with eagerness, ready to pursue what sets their soul alight, be it creating something new, mastering a craft, or chasing a long-held dream. This drive doesn't just reside within, it spills over into their physical presence. Their expressions are animated, their steps purposeful, and their energy contagious, as if they've tapped into a wellspring of life that refuses to run dry. Research supports this phenomenon, revealing that a strong sense of purpose lowers cortisol levels, reduces bodily inflammation, and even correlates with a longer lifespan. Beyond that, the brain responds to this engagement by releasing dopamine and serotonin, neurochemicals that not only elevate mood, but also sustain physical youthfulness, from glowing skin to a resilient, active body. This vitality isn't solely a gift of genetics or chance. It stems from cultivating something that ignites the spirit, a pursuit that provides a reason to push forward with enthusiasm. For some, it might be a career that aligns with their deepest values. For others, a hobby that challenges and delights them, or a personal mission that gives their days meaning. This isn't about grand, world-changing ambitions. It's about finding what resonates individually, what keeps the mind sharp and the heart open. The body responds in kind, reflecting this inner aliveness with a vibrancy that resists the wear of time. Consider the alternative, a routine-bound existence, where days blur into one another without inspiration or growth. Such a life doesn't just dull the mind, it leaves tangible marks on the body, from sagging energy to a face that betrays a lack of joy. Yet the presence of passion flips this narrative entirely. It's a catalyst that transforms how life is lived, and crucially, how it's perceived by others. Those who embody this quality carry an ageless energy, not because they've avoided hardships, but because they've chosen to meet each challenge with a spark that refuses to be extinguished. Ultimately, youth transcends the mere count of years. It's an expression of how alive someone feels at their core, a state nurtured by the pursuit of what matters most. People who live with passion and purpose don't just resist aging, they redefine it. They prove that true vibrancy comes from within, sustained by a relentless drive to engage fully with life. This isn't a fleeting trait but a deliberate choice, one that shapes not only how they feel, but how the world sees them. Forever youthful, not in spite of time. Reason 7. You let go of the past. The burden of the past often reveals itself in subtle yet undeniable ways. Some individuals carry it visibly. Their eyes appear distant, their expressions dulled by an unspoken weariness, as though they are tethered to moments long gone. This isn't merely an emotional state, it's a physical transformation. Clinging to regret, resentment, or guilt doesn't confine itself to the mind. It seeps into the body, etching lines of tension across the face and weighing down the spirit. Over time, this unrelenting grip accelerates aging, leaving behind a trail of wrinkles, fatigue, and a diminished vitality that no cream or remedy can erase. The past, when held too tightly, becomes a heavy load, one that drags health and youth into its shadow. This weight stems from more than just memory. It's a physiological reality. Unresolved conflicts, lingering pain, or the endless replay of mistakes trigger a cascade of stress hormones, with cortisol leading the charge. Elevated cortisol levels don't merely disrupt peace of mind, they wreak havoc on the body. Skin loses its elasticity, muscles tighten under constant strain, and the immune system weakens, opening the door to illness. Research consistently highlights this connection. Chronic stress, fueled by an inability to release what's gone, hastens cellular aging. Those who harbor bitterness or dwell in what cannot be undone often appear hardened, their features worn, as if life has sapped their essence. In truth, it's not life itself, but their refusal to unburden themselves that drains them. Contrast this with those who radiate a lightness, a vibrancy that defies their years. Their secret lies not in some elusive fountain of youth, but in a deliberate choice. They refuse to let the past dictate their present. They've reconciled with what's behind them, recognizing that old wounds, when carried, harm only the bearer, not those who inflicted them. This isn't about denial or forgetting, it's about acceptance and redirection. Instead of being anchored by regret, they channel their energy into the now, into growth, healing, and the freedom that comes with moving forward. Their faces reflect this liberation. Unmarred by the tension of grudges, their eyes shine with clarity, and their presence exudes an effortless youthfulness. Science lends weight to this phenomenon. Studies on forgiveness and mindfulness reveal striking benefits: lower stress levels, enhanced immune function, and even extended lifespans. When the mind releases its grip on past grievances, the body responds in kind. Tension dissipates, blood pressure stabilizes, and the skin regains a subtle glow as inflammation subsides. This isn't a superficial fix, it's a profound reset. The act of letting go triggers a ripple effect, repairing not just emotional wounds but physical ones too. Those who practice this art don't just look younger, they embody a resilience that time struggles to erode. This mindset extends beyond the individual. In societies where forgiveness is valued, where people are encouraged to release rather than retain, there's often a collective energy that feels lighter, more vibrant. Compare this to cultures steeped in cycles of vengeance or unresolved history, where the weight of yesterday seems to age entire communities. The principle holds true on both scales. What you hold on to shapes you. For those who appear younger than their years, it's rarely just a matter of luck or genetics. It's a reflection of an intentional choice: to live unencumbered, to prioritize the present. Releasing what no longer serves doesn't require grand gestures. It can start with small, quiet decisions: a conscious breath, a refusal to revisit old scripts, a step toward mindfulness in daily routines. The effects compound over time. The shoulders lift, the jaw softens, and a sense of lightness emerges, as if the years themselves begin to peel away. Ultimately, the past is a burden only if it's carried. Those who set it down don't just preserve their youth, they redefine it. They carry a glow that transcends time, a radiance born not from external fixes, but from an inner freedom. For them, aging becomes less about the passage of years and more about the energy they choose to nurture. The body mirrors the mind, and a mind at peace paints a portrait of youth that endures. So, if you've ever caught yourself wondering why you seem to defy the years, now the secret's out. It's not just a roll of the genetic dice. It's the way you think, the life you lead, and the vibrant energy you radiate. And if you're not quite there yet, don't worry. Youth isn't a gift reserved for a lucky few. It's a mindset you can cultivate starting today. Embrace these powerful psychological habits and watch how they transform not just how you look, but how you feel, inside and out. Love this deep dive into the hidden truths of staying youthful? Then don't let it end here. Hit that like button to spread the vibe, and subscribe so you never miss out on more mind-blowing insights about life, psychology, and beyond. Share this with that friend who's always getting carded or mistaken for a decade younger. They'll thank you for the revelation. Oh, and before you go, drop a comment below. What's the wildest age mix-up someone's ever thrown your way? I'm dying to hear your stories. Let's swap some laughs and inspiration. Keep that youthful spark alive. Stay bold and unstoppable, and I'll catch you in the next video. Because the journey to unlocking your best self is just getting started.